Okay, thank you all very much, and good evening to you all. So today again we are here to have our community hour, that Let's Talk Sustainability, and today we have Rachael Padi, who is right here with us. She's also known as Mrs. Paddy. Okay, and today our topic is going to be on sustainability lifestyle. We want to discover the practical things that are eco-friendly habits and how we can actually also contribute to little changes to make a great impact in our society. So, Rachael, thank you so much for making time to do this for us. At this point, I'll ask that you share your screen. We take over the talk. So, I mean, all the floor is yours. If you have any questions for us, we'll be right here to respond to it. But just know that we are with you. So, at every point in time, just know that here we are following, after which we'll ask all our questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have sustainable lifestyle. Then, so my aim is that by the end of this webinar, I don't know why. Okay. But by the end of this webinar, we will have gained a fundamental understanding of sustainable lifestyles, empowering us to expand our knowledge and inspire others. That's very important. If we keep it to ourselves, there won't be much impact in our society. Okay, so we have meaning of sustainable lifestyles. Personally, I like to understand the thing before I can understand the other subtopic under a main course. So I have the meaning of sustainable and lifestyle separate. So to sustain means to strengthen, to support. And sustainable is an adjective which means able to be maintained at a certain rate or level. Sustainability is a noun which means the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. And lifestyle is a noun which is the way in which a person lives. So basically what we are saying is that sustainable lifestyle is a way an individual lives in order to maintain the environment, the society that you are staying in. So let's progress. So I have some few definitions that I've put together, I think 4. So permit me to read. But before I start with the definition, there's something that we have to know, that even though we have widely accepted definitions for the concepts of sustainability and lifestyles, that's the two separate words, they are considered acceptable, the definitions that are acceptable for sustainability and lifestyles on their own. But when it comes to sustainable lifestyles, there is no universally agreed definition. Different definitions emphasize different elements, sometimes giving more importance to the economic aspects of our lives, such as consumption patterns, and sometimes emphasizing the non-economic aspects of it, which is how we relate to one another. So what we are basically saying that some definitions give more attention to the economic aspects, some non-economic aspects, but both work hand in hand to be able to achieve the sustainable target that we are looking at. So I'm going on to read some definitions to us. So in 2010, UNEP, that's United Nations Environment Program, they organized a seminar in Sweden dubbed Task Force on Sustainability Lifestyles. And during that program, this definition came up. I read, sustainable lifestyles are considered as ways of living, social behaviors, and choices that minimize environmental degradation, use of natural resources, carbon dioxide emissions, waste, and pollution, while supporting equitable socio-economic development and better quality of life for all. And this another definition was 2010 also UK under a program, the Global Survey for Sustainable Lifestyle, which is so far my favorite. It says creating sustainable lifestyles means rethinking our ways of living, how we buy, and what we consume. But it is not only that, it also means rethinking how we organize our daily life, altering the way we socialize, exchange, share, educate, and build identities. It is about transforming our society towards more equity and living in balance with our natural environment. I'm still reading definition. So here we have our third definition. It's also from United Nations Environment Program 2016. They organized another program, that a framework for shaping sustainable lifestyles, determinants and strategies. And this definition came up. A sustainable lifestyle is a cluster of habits and patterns of behavior embedded in a society and facilitated by institutions, norms, and infrastructures that frame individual choice in order to minimize the use of natural resources and generation of waste, while supporting fairness and prosperity for all. Okay, so Rachael Padi, me to myself. Based on my understanding so far, I've come up with a definition. So you can see I've written 2024. So maybe by the end of this, maybe June or May, because I intend to keep reading, keep learning. I'm really thinking of doing my master's, so I'm waiting for sponsor. God's way, are you there? I'll come and see you. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me read my definition. I'm saying that sustainable lifestyles involve individuals living in a way that protects the environment and preserve the ecology. Ecology here is animals and plants. And you can see that, like, for what I just read, my definition, it won't be accepted because my main focus is individual. Because I believe that people that are supposed to be involved in sustainability, the stakeholders, I think I'm back. So we are on stakeholders. So yes, written multi-stakeholder actions is needed to enable sustainable living. We have individuals, agencies, organizations, NGOs, governments. So you see individual all throughout. Agencies, the workers there are individual. The individual make up the workers. So into brackets, I'll update everything to Ghana. We have NCC, that's the National Commission for Civil Education. We have organizations. Employees are individuals. Employers are individuals. We have NGOs. Individual creates non-governmental organizations. Individuals work in those organizations. We have governments. The president is an individual. The parliamentarians are individuals that came together to form parliamentarians that sit and make laws for us. So if all these people in this category, working in this category, understand sustainability, understand sustainable lifestyle, when our parliamentarians go into parliament, when they are making the laws, they will consider that they will factor those things in that will sustain our environment. Imagine God's way is among the parliamentarians. We will consider, we will tell them, no, this thing in the future, it will worry us. Let's consider the sustainability of it, of our environment. Okay, so we are moving on. Okay, so here I have practical sustainable lifestyles, and here is a picture on the heading is Global Sustainability Trends 2023. Every year they come up with this, like 2023, how can we champion sustainability? How can we champion sustainability lifestyle? So they come up with this, but this year there's no picture like this. So I will use the 2023 one to explain to us. So I'll go.
Rael,
Yes,
can you click on slideshow?
slideshow.
Yeah. No, come down to your, yes. After the design, come down to your right. Slideshow on that bar.
This bar.
No, not that one. Come up. After the
And
file, home, insert, design, the transition or transit something, animator, and you have, yes. Go up.
okay,
Go up.
I have remote
Slideshow.
control apps. Okay, let me see more.
So that it launches into a presentation mode.
I can see that.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
I can see slideshow.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You see the top left corner buttons there. You see the button that shows the save, the undo. You see the button that look like some table and some projector sitting there with some play icon on it. Just click on it. Looking at the top left corner. Yeah, so
Okay.
now yes, click on
All
it.
right. Okay. Then what? Is it working now?
Perfect.
So you can
Let's
scroll
go
down to the
Okay.
to the page you need. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we are here. Go. What is that? Oh no, I want to zoom in. No. Okay. All right. So I'll be using the global sustainability trends for 2023 to explain practical sustainability lifestyle to us. So I'll start from renewable energy sources and just go anti-clockwise. Okay, so under this we have use of solar and wind energy is set to increase, particularly in the home. So my area, let's say my street, there are 15 homes there, and it's only one room that has solar. So when there is doom, so it's only that house that you see brightly shining ahead of us. Yeah. So with this, we have engineers in Ghana, and they have association. So they can come together, or the government can go to them. We are blessed with sun. Ghana, we are blessed with sun. So they can say, oh, we'll develop panels, solar panel here, right here in Ghana at a cheaper rate because it is expensive. That's why most people are not patronizing it. It's quite expensive. I once worked in an electrical engineering company, so I know that it's not small money. So they can develop a cheaper one for us, study our environment, build the one that is suitable for Ghana, because every now and then we hear about problems that Akosobo Dam they are facing over there. Power Authority also come and say what their challenges are every now and then. So they can come together and say, okay, so let's save Akosobo Dam, let's save Power Authority. So even B or Akosobo Dam, this thing, the ACG, they can go to them and say, do this for us. They have the organization, the association there. I think we have Ghana Engineers Association. They can go to them and say, can you come together and build something like this for us? So they can say, okay, we'll build the solar panel, we'll train people. That is a source of employment for some people, will be a source of employment. We'll train people so that they can install in homes so that the burden on Akosobo Dam will reduce. So I'm moving to recycling. It said an increase in recyclable products and packaging will lead to a higher level of recycling globally. So this also factor in the producers, the manufacturers, that if they use the packaging that they use for their products are recycled to be easier. And with this the waste management company, I think the popular one in Ghana is Zoom Lion, but there are others too, because my area is harness waste management that comes to empty our bins for us. So we can see here that we have red, blue, yellow. So the manufacturers like Coca-Cola company, Nestle, they can go to them that, okay, can we have more waste bin like colors, so that maybe red will be for tin, then blue will be for plastic, and the yellow, maybe the other rubbish can be in there, so that they can easily pick it and recycle it. Recycle is just taking it like the plastic and destroying it to get another product out of it. So individually, we can do this in our home. I was so glad when Amma was speaking to us the other time, and she mentioned it, that we can separate it in our homes. One day I was going to drop the bin downstairs, so I have one at the top that I just a rubber. I put the bin, then at the end of the day I just tie it and go and dump it downstairs. So I realized that this thing is big, and just from sweeping the rooms, it's nothing much. What has really made this rubber big is the pure water rubbers, the bottled water, empty bottled water containers, tin from drinks. That's what has made this thing big. So, and my neighbor, that's a business. She asks people that call that when after they finish packing the pure water rubber, so she goes with the truck, Central region, Eastern region, Accra, to pick them up, and she pays them. So I said, why don't I just pack this thing and give it to her? Since that's what she does anyway. So I started separating the pure water rubbers and the bottles. Then when it's a little big, now I'll go and give the next. She said thank you, she'll take it. So I did it for some few times. She said thank you, and she told me that, hey, she thought after a while I will give up, I will stop, because that's what the other neighbors, that's what they do. They bring it like 3-4 times, then they stop. So she said, oh, so can I separate the plastic from the pure water rubber? I should do it. I said, okay, no problem. So I was still doing it. Now go and give it to her. Then now she gives me the rubber to put it inside for her. So, and in our areas too, we see those women, elderly women, they pick rubbers. You can do it in your home when it's big or it's enough for you to try. You just give it to them. They appreciate it. They will thank you and take it. You are helping our society. You are helping our society if you do that. Okay, so let's move on to reuse and purpose. Reuse and repurpose. And it says more people and businesses will upcycle, buy or sell second-hand and reuse items before buying new ones. Okay, so this one is saying maybe you have a cloth, instead of throwing it away, you have a flower pot. You can use the cloth to wrap the flower pot. That is upcycle. You are using it for another thing. You didn't destroy the cloth. You didn't mash it in a machine to transform to another thing. You are just using it to cover your flower pot nicely. So that's upcycle. So you are saying that before you throw away the thing, can you say, oh, can it be of a use to another person? Can I sell it? Can I give it out? And whilst presenting this, while preparing this presentation, something came to my mind, like our brothers and sisters in the remote areas in Ghana, in the villages in Ghana, we can send it to them. I mean, the laptop, the desktop. We have business owners on this call. I can see Goswe, I can see Ruby. Can we send it to them? Because I think years ago or months ago, there was a video or a picture that was trending on social media of a teacher who drew a Microsoft Word interface on the blackboard so that he can teach his students. So even if the laptop is not even doesn't come on, you send it to them. They can say, okay, so this is how a laptop look like. These are the keyboards. They can even use it to practice how to type. And the desktop, if it's working, they can learn with it. And when they upgrade, just some few things that they add. So when they go out there and they see it physical like working, they will not be surprised or strange to them. They already have an idea how it is, how it operates, how it works. So we can think about that and do it. So let's move on to permanent remote working. And under it says, with a reduction in carbon emissions and business costs, remote home working is here to stay. I mean, this is one of the positive things that we gained from COVID. We realized that there are some things that we don't even have to step out of our home to do. We can do it right at home. We can do it right at home. And before, I mean, years ago, when you are thinking of starting a business in Ghana, then you are thinking of, okay, so am I going to rent an office space? Where am I going to? You are thinking of money, how to gather money, go and rent an office space. If by chance you have a land, you are thinking of how to develop the land and build just maybe one room, finish one so that you can start your business. But now you can start doing from your home. When you go to registered general department, tell them that, oh, I'm operating from home. It's not new to them. Like they accept you, not like what that hey, you want to come and visit you, want to come and see the physical location. Now it's not like that. Online business is yet to stay. And I don't know if you are aware, there are buildings, people have set up offices. They rent it out for hours, days. So in case you have a client or you are signing a contract and you are not comfortable with the person, your home is not conducive to receive that number of people, you can walk up to those places and tell them, oh, I need your space for 1 hour, for 2 hours, for a day, for 3 days, and pay. So after you pay, you are done. After you are done with, you pay them, then you do your business meeting. When it's over, that's it. That's it. Because when you rent a space, you now have to think of cleaner. I mean, GRA is not demanding some documents from you. Is it rented place? Bring the landlord, whatever. If you read on the website, you have to produce those documents. But with this, you are free from it. You can see this picture. There's a sofa there. There's a flower pot. The cat. I think there's a cat running on the carpets, woolen carpet, and the lady has just put a table in a corner of I think a living room and a desktop, and she's working. She's working. So you are saying that if your business doesn't necessarily have to have a physical place. I mean, if you are doing automobile, after that one day, you can't do it in your room. People will bring that car for you to service, for you to check the problem. So, but if you are a blogger, I mean, you can comfortably do it in your home. If you are tired of your home, you can just walk up to a coffee shop, just buy some coffee and some cookies. I mean, they will allow you. Some people will give you free Wi-Fi. So that's what you are saying here, so that the moving up and down, moving of the car will reduce the carbon dioxide emission in the atmosphere. And it's also reduce business costs for you. Okay, so we are moving on to brand responsibility and transparency. It says public scrutiny on green policy will lead to a demand for transparency from brands and corporate businesses. Okay, so there's a green policy that the manufacturers should use sustainable material when they're doing the exhibitions, to be sustainable exhibition. There should be pollution reduction. They should consider using green energy. So they are saying that the public we should open our eyes on them. We should be vigilant on them. And even not just that, even their products, we have to to study it for, like, is the material, is it sustainable material? I mean, I belong to a WhatsApp group for mothers. One of us drew our attention to the fact that there's soya beans in a baby food, And we're like, and most of us like, oh no, there is no, because. So she said we should go and check. So I went to pick, I have one or two, and I check. Lo and behold, it's true. This is what they did. They didn't put it in the column where they've written ingredients. They didn't put it in the column where they've written nutrients and the value, the percentage. They didn't put that. It was hidden in the corner somewhere. If you are not intentional, if you are just someone that you just read the ingredients, the nutrient, then you're okay, you won't see it. You have to read everything on the container word for word. And it's hidden. When they wrote it, they bolded it. In case there's an issue, they can defend us. So we put it on the container. And what they say is, it might contain soya milk. And the reason why this is an issue, because every individual, we have G6PD. It's a glucose level in our blood system. I'm not a science person, so this is the best way I can explain as a lay person. We have some level of glucose in us, and each individual, some have it high, some have it normal, some have it low. If that glucose level is low in your blood system, there's some food that you have to stay away from. Some food, some fruits, and medicine that you can't take. When you take it, you react to it. You have serious allergy. So, and one of the food that you have to stay away from is soya milk. It's soya beans. So anything soya beans in it, soya milk, you have to stay away from it. And this is a baby food, and babies know that they react fast because their system is not that strong. Their immune system is not that strong like adults. And it's hidden somewhere there. So I was telling them on the page that, no, this company is too big to be doing this shady business. Because why would you say it might? You produce the thing. So are you telling that you don't know what you mix together inside the container? Are you trying to tell us that you don't know what you mix together there? So these are some of the things that we have to be vigilant about. Okay, so moving on, we are on plant-based diet. So it says here under it that many are becoming food conscious, with plant-based and alternative foods said to become the more popular choice. So yeah, let's realize that we are not allowing the animals to grow naturally. I don't know that it's still on social media, to grow big and do something. Now, even our local farmers have started. They feed the animals to grow fast, to grow big. And even nowadays, even the plants are not even that safe again. Are not that safe. I don't know whether you people have noticed, or I'm the only one that now. The pepper, Ghana pepper used to be very hot. But now, before you just use one habanero pepper and you have to grind like 3 tomatoes for you to be able to enjoy it with your banku or kinky. But now, even if you use 4 habanero pepper, you even feel the hotness in it. And someone was telling me the other day that, oh, the father has the mango farm and there's a chemical that they can spray on it if they want the mango to go to ripe fast. And when they spray that chemical, within 3 days, the mango will ripe. So when they have to sell. So these are some of the things that we are consuming. I mean, my problem is, so in the long run, the chemicals, the fertilizers that they are using, are they edible? Is it good for human consumption, or in the long run, it will cause disease to us? So this one there, I think I also work at them and have my own house so that I can do backyard farming. Because the way it's going, because now I don't have trust in what I buy outside again. Even the plants, like you see a tomato, and the tomato is ripe, red outside. That's the appearance. But when you cut it, you see that the seeds are green, like it's not well ripe. But how come the outside is green? It's red, sorry. How come the outside is red? So these are some of the things that we are consuming and it's on our market. God help us. Okay, so you're moving on to increase in efficiency technology. They say technological advance will further improve the efficiency and user control of many more appliances. I mean, gone were the days that when my things spoil, then I'm in a hurry to just take it to a technician. But now, if something is wrong with my phone, I go to Google or YouTube and I just type it. The sound of my Samsung AS is not coming. What can I do? And you see options. Now you read some, there are videos there for you to watch and just fix it. So that's how I do my things. My microwave just stop working. I just type what I can see like the problem, and I read. Okay, if it's something that I can fix myself, I fix. If it's something that I need a technician, then I carry it to a technician. So that's the more technology advanced, they are giving us users power to control it. That we don't need a technician to fix all the problems. There's some of the problems that we can do ourselves. And now Samsung phones now as it if you are snapping a selfie, if you are two or more people, you just like stretch your palm to the camera, then it picks it up. You see some circle, then you just put your hand down, then it takes you. And if you even want to do a full picture, now you can just set a timer and put the phone at a distance, depend on what angle you want, then you just pose, then it's taking the pictures. I once heard a story where some people were coming to snap picture and they called someone, oh, brah, come and snap us. And they gave the phone to the person. And by the time they realized, the person has run away with the phone. So now technology is giving us power to do a lot of things on our own. So now just set your timer and just pose and it's taking the pictures. You don't have to call someone to do it so that they'll steal your phone. Okay, so let's move on. Standardized sustainable materials. Industries will focus on replacing and standardizing sustainable methods and materials. Okay, so with this one, we customers have the power. It comes to individual makeup customers. We can, as Amma was saying the last time, we can determine what they give us. When we go and we reject it, I say no, I don't like the plastic product. It's not eco-friendly. If 10 people say that to a seller a day, it will register in their mind. And she will tell a supplier that, hey, I feel the they don't take the rubber again. They are telling us that they want eco-friendly materials. They will say it. And the suppliers will get to the manufacturer, if that's how their supply chain works. It will get to the manufacturer that, hey, now say that they are rejecting it too. They said they want eco-friendly materials. And you see, since that's what people want, that's what will sell, that's what will give him his money. He will switch to it. He will call a meeting with his workers right now and say, okay, what are the eco-friendly material? You
Rael, we are losing you. You can turn off your video.
market department, can you Google I mean, don't you see when you go to like the margarine and say, oh, I intend, yeah, okay, all right. Can you hear me now? So should I
Yes.
start the standardized so I should progress? I
You
should
can start with
progress.
guys.
Okay, so we standardize sustainable materials, and under it is written, industries will focus on replacing and standardizing sustainable methods and materials. And I'm saying with this, we customers, and it comes down to individuals, because individuals make customers, and individuals to our sellers, individuals to our manufacturers. We have the power, customers, we have the power to enforce this. As Amma was saying, when we go and they give us the rubber and we say, no, we don't want this rubber, we want an eco-friendly material. If 10 people say that to a seller a day, it will register in the mind, and she will communicate with the suppliers that, hey, not saying that because for normal they are saying that they want eco-friendly material, not debe. And the supplier will communicate that to the producer or the manufacturer, that my people are saying that the people are saying that they want eco-friendly materials. And you will see that the manufacturer will call his workers to a meeting right now and say, okay, information that we are getting is that the people want eco-friendly materials. So you, this department, you Google it. How can you find out how we can get the materials? So how can we incorporate it into our system? How can we produce it? They will call a meeting right now, and because we customers them quantity that they should produce. The more we buy, the more they produce. If the buying reduce, they also reduce their production level. So that's how it works. But we customers, like, maybe we are not, we don't pay attention to it, because you realize that when you go to a market and you buy a margarine and you like it and say, oh, margarine that is nice, so but like container waste within 2 or 3 days, nah, can't they make it in a big container? If you by time you go in next week, next 2 weeks, or a month later, you will see that there's a big container bigger than what you saw the last time. They pass the information to them. So if we agree that no, we are saying no to materials that are not eco-friendly, they will incorporate it. I mean, have you noticed that nowadays when you go to the food, those who sell the food pack containers, now there are papers on display. Before it wasn't like that. It's the other one, the aluminium foil one that they display, and some plastic one. But now you see different shapes of paper containers for food display. So that's not, they are now selling those things because people are now saying no, those things contains chemical that are not good for human consumption. So they are gradually producing the eco-friendly one. Okay, so we are moving on to reducing food waste. And under it is written, preventing food waste from going to landfill will become an increasing priority. I mean, why do you have food waste in the first place? Because you can see what the man is throwing in the bin is a cooked food. Why it's not a raw food, it's a cooked food? Why do you have it in the first place? I mean, we should all know the quantity that we can consume. When we go to party, we all say it. Then the person will heap the plate up, and at the end of the day, they will even finish quarter of what they took on their plates. Meanwhile, it's either they fetch it themselves or there are people behind this taking it for them. So I don't know whether Anita noticed this about me. When I'm eating, I don't leave anything, because if I'm going to buy wache, and that's not my first time of buying wache there, and I know that it's 5 cedis quantity of wache that I will satisfy me. I don't see the reason why I should buy wache 5 cedis 50 pesos, so that the 50 peso one, who will eat it for me? It will go away, so who will eat it? So I've faced my 50 pesos, so I won't buy. I will buy 5 that I know I can finish. And if it's a new place that I'm going to, when I get there, ask them, watching what is saying. They watch you start from which, and they tell me that, oh, we are 55 cedis and that's 7 cedis. Now their food are expensive. 7 cedi upwards. So I said, okay, give me 7 cedis. So when I see that the 7 cedis, it will satisfy my stomach. I'll say, okay, add 2 cedis, making 9 cedis. Or 3 making 10 cedis. So that's how I buy my food. And when I go to this roadside fried rice, they have fixed price. Oh, it's from 20, 25, 30 upwards like that. I said, okay, give me 25 cedis. And they are fetching the rice for me, dishing up the rice. I said, it's okay. And they are surprised, like, hey, I said, because the rice, the quantity that you fetch in that container is okay. That's what I know will satisfy me. So, and they are surprised. And I said, oh, okay, you can add more of the salad or give me extra meat to cover for the rice that I said it's okay. So please, let's be conscious. You know what you can finish. You are not eating with someone, you are eating alone. So why should you take more than, and my friends will tell me that when you eat, you don't leave. It's a sign of good living. It's a sign of rich. I say this one, there's not a sign of good living. It's a sign of you being wasteful. Who do you want to eat it? You don't even have dog around or those hawk that can pick on it and take it. So you are going to waste it. No dog in the house. And if you have a dog that don't eat human food except from dog food like my brother's owner, that means you have to finish your food. Okay, so let's move on to the last one. It says transport transformed, and underneath is written electric vehicles and fuelless transport, such as bikes, will become more popular. I mean, let's come to Ghana. When we are stepping out of our homes, let's not make because I have money to help on it, taxi, trotro, or other Uber, I will just do that. Let's think, okay, where I'm going, is there a walking distance? Can I walk? Is it possible to go with my bike? Can I go with a bike? Will the motorbike be safer? Let's ask ourselves those questions. I mean, when you call someone that you're coming to them, visit their organization or their school, the first that they ask you, are you driving? And when you say no, and they are quiet on you, why should it be so? So me, I just send okay, you send me the Google map, I will come. I just make sure the Google map is accurate. Because thank God, Google Map has such options. It has driving, it has walking, it has motorbike, it has bicycle. So you will click on it and it will direct you. So let's pay attention to this. I mean, if the government too can come in on this one, the government can say, okay, so during weekdays, now there's a new law. It's only government officials, company cars and church road that should run. The private cars should be parked. There will be less traffic. In Accra, you are going to somewhere, it's a 45 minutes drive, but because of traffic, 2 hours, you are still on your way trying to get there. So before our government think about that decision, Ghanaians, they will say, oh, what type of law it is, but you see, they will comply. So before they think about such decision, let's think about our environment. Let's ask ourselves, where I'm going, is there a walking distance? Can I just walk there? Can I ride my bicycle? So that they can focus more on developing those sides by the road. The Legon road has that. There's a place that if you have your bicycle, you can ride your bicycle peacefully without being on the main road. I think it's up to, Accra more. So, yeah. So let's think about society so that we can live longer and our generation will come and meet a good environment. Okay. So our time is almost, I don't know whether there are questions. And let me go here. If there are questions, we'll still take. Okay. Okay, so I'm done. I hope you've learned something tonight. I don't know that there are questions, but let me close, and if there are questions, we'll still take it. Okay, so I want to use this opportunity to say thank you for taking the time to be on this call to learn about sustainable lifestyles and for being open to new ideas. I hope you feel motivated to continue educating yourself and spreading awareness to others. It's really, really important. Now, my house there, that's what the sustainability, the sustainability that. So thank you, Women for Sustainability Africa, for having me on tonight. Thank you, Jem. I hope we've all learned something. So over to you, Anita. I'm done.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rahel. Mrs. Padi, God's Way's favorite friend. Thank you so much. Very well detailed. I like the fact that you've taken us around the whole cycle and you've explained it like in basic terms for us to be able to understand. We currently have MFA. MFA has a question. So MFA, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Great.
Okay, so my question is, thank you. Okay, sorry. Good evening, and thank you for the submission. It's really been helpful because I have taken a lot from it. All right. So my question is, with regards to the food, because that one lately that's what has been happening. Because me per se, I'm not even a pepper person, but now the pepper I buy, I realize that it's no longer hot. And my concern has to do with banana. And especially for the younger, we start feeding these young ones with this food. And lately too, I realized that there's this food, how do you call it? Shrimp. Grinded shrimp I bought, and I realized that they have added monosodium to it. Like it was inside. I decided to taste it, and I was like, nah, this is funny. And so I want to ask, what's the way forward? How can we maneuver around this so that we know it's here with us now, so that we can at least lessen the way of how we are consuming it. Do you have any advice? I would be very glad if you can tell me.
Yeah, so we thank you for the question, MFR. So with the shrimp, I buy it and come and blend at home. I buy the shrimp itself and blend at home. And they are few trusted vendors around. So and it's difficult to also get them. So now when they tell me that, oh, you're fan baby, I don't mind them all. Even the pepper, now I buy the pepper and come and make my papuchito at home. Even the spices, I buy it and I come and blend it myself because now my trust level for them has drastically reduced. So with the shrimp, that's what I do. I buy the shrimp itself and blend it myself. And with the banana too, it's true. I mean, you will be eating the banana, you feel like there's something awkward about this banana. But for that one, unless we all work hard and get our own and do backyard farming. Because I don't know, the governments are not making the rules, the Ghana Standard Authority. I don't know that they are the one in charge of that. They are not doing it. So we just have to find a way to protect ourselves. As you said, they tell us to start giving the babies like from 6 months. We should start giving them fruits. So if you are giving them this food that they are spraying with chemicals for it to ripe fast, it's only God that can help us, my sister. Because our government are just not helping us, because they are the best to implement policy to help us with these things. Yeah, I don't know if Anita or Ruby have something to add. So that's my take.
Yeah, right. I think you're spot on there. I was also going to talk about the backyard farming. So with me, what I do is I plant some of these fruits myself, these vegetables. So you come and I've planted pepper. And it comes in essence. You may think you don't need it, so you may leave it to get rotten. But what I do is, when I take the pepper, it's ready, okay, for harvest, I plug it, I wash it, I blend it, and I store it in my freezer. So anytime I need it, I go for some. And sometimes I try to store it in small portions. Okay, so that's what I do. So you may want to equally try planting. And now, even the planting, you may not necessarily have to have maybe a bare land at home before. Now, most of the homes in Accra are, paved. They are cemented and all of that. So you can even get rubber buckets, put soil in pots, you know, and plant them in it. I mean, even for the rubber buckets, it becomes like a reusable item. So I just don't leave it for it to become a waste, and plant in it, and you still get your vegetables and your fruits. I plant pepper, I plant tomatoes, I plant okra. I still have okra, and I chop it and put it in the freezer. Like, so we can actually start some of these habits. I know someone who actually, I don't know the kind of plant she hasn't done. She has so much plants, and she's planting them even in pots. So these are new lifestyles we can equally adopt. If you have any suggestions, please, the floor is yours. Just raise your hands and we'll call you to share your contributions as well. We are all here to learn. Thank you. MFA, so I hope we've given a solution, one or two solutions right there.
Yeah, in a way it has. It makes me feel like I should go back to the village in a way, but that's fine.
Oh no, we'll do the farming right here in Accra. You don't have to go back to the village. We'll do it in pots. Yeah. Any contribution? Any suggestion? God's way has a question for you, Rahel.
Okay, I think actually for me maybe it's just a comment. It's please can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so actually just a comment. So basically this sustainable lifestyle stuff, I think for me I've not really taken time to really go through this stuff, but jo- joining this call today, I've learned a lot, and thank you very much, Miss Paddy or Mrs. Right. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's
So
Mrs.
yeah, so that is a little I could say, and
It's Miss Adi. Mrs. Adi.
I've understood a lot as well. So I hope to keep it up and keep learning.
Great, awesome, awesome, awesome. Any more comments? Our time is due. Any more? All right, so we'll
So
bring us.
before we go, I just want to entreat all of us to follow Women for Sustainability Africa on all social media platforms. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Women for Sustainability Africa. Please follow us. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn, Rachael Padi, Facebook, Rachael Padi, Instagram, Rachael Padi. And please follow Gem too. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we'll ask that you stay tuned to another session next month in February. And okay, before I give my closure, there's a hand up. Let me. Ruby, kindly unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Adi. We truly appreciate all that you have taught us. It's very insightful, and your presentation was really on point and very clear. Thank you.
Oh, I think okay. So I have another hand up from Gem Ghana.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Uh, Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
So, I also just want to say a very big thank you to our presenter.
Yeah.
Um, she's done very well, and I have learned a lot on recycling, especially. And when she was explaining that chart, regarding the using of three colors, red for whatever you decide if you want to put
Your bin.
can,
Yeah.
yes, to designate colors to them. I think that is laudable, especially in the home and also at in the school. If we can implement that, I think if we can create that awareness in schools so that we can have that. So when these students go to school with these things, if there are cans, they should put them in the red bin. If there are papers that they tear from their books and they don't need them, put them in the green one. And I think when we uh, do this distinction, it will go a long way to help us. Also, if you could maybe, plastics are our major challenge in our country. Okay? Um, like I saw something, I don't know, like this. What's the name? I think that was during Christmas in December. Someone used this plastic bottles to make a
Oh
Christmas.
yeah, to make a Christmas tree.
Exactly. So
Yes, 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 yes.
if I think the person is in at the trade fair. I was just listening to the news briefly online, and I think he's around trade fair also. So if we could get in touch with him for him to train us on how it's done, I think we can also go to schools and then implement that, because when you go to the schools, there are a lot of such what's the name,
Just around.
yeah, around. And
Yeah.
this can even serve as a source of income for some people. I think if they start gathering it from now, by let's say November, they will have enough of them to create over 10 Christmas trees, assuming they even sell each for 50 Ghana cedis. You can imagine the amount. So, and I'm just appealing that if we could, those in Accra, and get in touch for us to see how it's done. Maybe teach if we can teach some of you, so that you can also teach us, Gem Ghana. Either you write the process or the procedure in doing it, then we can try our hands on it probably, and we can also go to the schools to do desensitization.
Even do a video.
Yes, good. The video could also help. That's true. The video could help. All right. So once more, Madam, we are so grateful. I know, don't let the numbers here discourage you next time from coming. At least the few that have um, gained some knowledge, God willing, we will try to also teach others what we have learned. And I think the good word will be spreading gradually, slowly, but God willing, we'll get to our destination. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's for your words of encouragement. So we'll be having Let's Talk Sustainability again in February. Please watch out and kindly invite a friend to invite a friend, and follow us on all our social media for updates, as well as Gem Ghana. I mean, education is the key, and without education, we cannot be knowledgeable, to even share or make an impact in our generation. Our little efforts equally contribute, okay? And so once a very big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Padi. Thank you all for joining us and making this evening's event a very successful one. So stay tuned and we'll keep you posted. If you haven't joined our page yet, I think we've shared our WhatsApp link in the chat box. You may want to join our WhatsApp page for updates. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you too.